Hello, friends. Good evening. Welcome to the session 3 of Advanced Financial Modeling. In session 1 and session 2 of this BC Executive Training Program, we explained you that what is financial model, how it is made, what are the functions of financial model, and what are the basic components of financial model. But now, this is a very important question, that how to prepare a financial model. So, a lot of time people get to know that they need to prepare a financial model, and they are most of the time got confused that where to start. So first fact is that usually nobody will tell you to make a financial model without having a sample financial model in hand. So since you are doing this training program with us, we also give you a sample financial model that you can always use as a reference. So okay, you get a sample financial model, but the financial model that you are going to make is not exactly the same what the financial model you have, sample financial model. It's always changed, right? The project is changed, the revenue parameters are changed. So what to do? Okay, so let's see that what kind of financial model you will get to prepare. So suppose in this sheet we have different cases of financial model, especially infrastructure financing. The first case is financial model of analysis 10 megawatt solar power plant in Porbandar, Gujarat. Second case is pyrolysis plant. Third case is the 50 flats housing project. Okay, and this is the sample financial model. The case here is entirely different. Now let me explain you step by step manner that whatever case you get, maybe the case you get to prepare the financial model is different than any case here. So in that case, what you are supposed to do? Okay, and how much it is dependent upon the case, that is also a very big question. So usually the financial model, project finance, the financial model for project finance is divided into two parts. The first part is the finance part, the second part is the project part. Since you are a finance guy, so the project part should not bother you a lot. What does that mean? Suppose there is one company who is manufacturing transformers. They asked a help from you that can you please prepare a financial model for us? We have a transformer manufacturing unit. We are manufacturing so much of transformers. We are selling it to these companies, this much revenue and blah blah. You liked it. You say yes, of course I will help. You went out to help them prepare a financial model, get all the details from the client, put the assumptions, and then you help the transformer manufacturing company to raise funds for like debt or equity, loans, like kind of stuff. But then you come back to home, come back to your office, and the second assignment that you are gonna get is somebody who want to build a building of 50 flats, 60 flats. So somebody who want to build a 50, 60 flats, their project is entirely different from manufacturing unit of transformer, right? So in that case, you cannot say that no, I am very much into the transformer thing, I cannot help you because you are a different project. Of course not. Again, you need to gather more and more information from the client and prepare the financial model, because the finance part of it is same. No difference. And that is what is you need to think. Okay. So let me explain you what is the finance part of the financial model. See, let's go by sheet basis. Suppose there is a cost sheet here. What do you need in this cost sheet? What is more important? Is the project cost, capex, and the opex. Even if you don't get the breakup, even you don't know the breakup, then the project is entirely new, you don't know. But more important is you get the capex and opex from the client, or lump sum capex or lump sum opex to make a lump sum calculation. And then when you get the actual capex number, you just change the capex numbers, and the financial model get more fine tuned. Now second part is the revenue part. This is something very important. This is the something where the finance and the project part collide each other, because project generate revenue and revenue will lead the financial model. And here is the most, this part is the most confusing also. Okay, now let's go by case basis. Like suppose in case 1, there is a plant 10 megawatt, total generation 18 million units per year, and fixed tariff is 3.5. So 18 million multiplied by 3.5, that is the revenue per year, right? It's so simple, clear. So if you get the first year revenue, you know the what is the degradation, and then you degrade it to the next 25 years. Simple case, simple revenue model, revenue process. In the second case, the revenue model is also not so difficult, 15 rupees per liter, 10,000 liter per day of the oil. Okay, so 10,000 multiplied by 15 is the revenue per day, multiplied by 300 days of operations, or 325 days of operations, right? So total revenue is this much. 10,000 multiplied by 15 multiplied by 325 days of operation, that is the total revenue. Simple, not so difficult. Let's talk about the case number 6, not 6. Expressway. Simple, 10,000 vehicles per day with per vehicle charge 160 rupees. 160 multiplied by 10,000 is the total revenue generation, right? And you need to go through what the client is telling you, what is going to be the revenue of the project. You cannot put brain in that revenue. You cannot just say ki, sir, can you take the revenue of the hoarding boards also, or whatever restaurant you can open through the highway. No, if the client is saying the revenue of the project is this, the revenue of the project is this. Now let's talk about the revenue of this airport development project. See, this is also simple, right? The revenue is like 500 rupees per passenger multiplied by number of passengers, like 1 million passengers multiplied 1 million multiplied by 500, and that is the revenue per year. So this is how the revenue can calculated. But there is one project here where people find a lot of difficulties. So the first thumb rule is, whenever it is related to cost, you need the capital expenditure and the operational expenditure. Okay, if you don't know the breakup, there is no need for you to do the breakup. Second thing is, when it is required to the revenue, go through the description what the client have given you. In that description, the revenue per year is already mentioned. Don't put more brain that if client is giving my revenue should be from selling of this particular thing, so that revenue you will add. No matter it is not giving the financial model in good shape, but that is not the thing you are more concerned, right? You're more concerned of giving the client what they want. So let's talk about this case, financial modeling of analysis of 50 flats. Okay, now everybody knows that People are building flats, building the buildings to sell the flats, not to rent, right? So when they want to sell the flats, what exactly they are looking at? They are looking at selling the flat at a square feet rate, right? It's 4,000 square rupees, 4,000 per square foot, 3,750, 3,500, something like that. 900 square foot means per flat rate is about 36 lakhs rupees. Okay, so but how to calculate the revenue parameter? And when they sell the flat, there is so much of confusion, right? They sell the flat, and what if they sell all the flats in the first year, not in the second year, something like that. So in that case, what is the deal with the banks are? Bank give them loan for the construction. The developer says that we will do the construction for 1.5 years. After that, whatever your interest is, plus the 2 year interest, because I need to at least 2 years to sell the flat, all the flats. So the bank say, okay, my debt, the principal amount is 7 crores and the interest will be 3 crores. 10 crores you need to pay me back. So to pay back that 10 crores, how many flats they need to sell? If 36 lakhs or 40 lakhs is per flat, it's about 25 flats. So the bank say, okay, the first 25 flats when you sell, the money goes to the bank directly. When the loan is paid back, then the building is debt free. You can do whatever you want to do with the building. Okay, so that is how it is. So in this case, when you make the revenue sheet, you need to make a revenue sheet like assume 20% sale per year and make it for 5 years, or maybe assume 15% sales per year and make it for 7 years. As simple as that. But you need to understand what you are suggesting. There won't be any doubt about it. So these are the different cases that you need to think about for the revenue generation, revenue, how the revenue is calculated. Now when you are able to arrive on the revenue numbers, right, make sure that whenever you prepare a financial model, your numeric values are very constant. Like, you cannot just write 25 lakhs means 20 25 and 0 0 0 0 0 0. That is not done. Okay, it should be very much constant like this, million rupees or 1,000 rupees, something like that. Then you need to come on the fin flow sheet. I know that there are so many assumptions here that is not required in this model, but still you need to put that assumption because you don't know when that assumption is you're gonna use that. Okay, again you need to prepare a separate sheet for fin flow and the debt like this. Okay, again whatever you have done here, cost and revenue, you need to put in the fin flow sheet like this: revenue, cost, EBITDA, depreciation, interest payment, and all these things, and final cash flow. It will generate the IRR. This is how everybody prepares financial model. Everyone get a sample financial model and they just try to reconfigure that sample financial model, and they arrive their financial model final. Now what happened that when you actually make a financial model, it might be possible that things are not simple like this. There are few things you need to add, there are few things you need to subtract. So when you add and subtract, first of all, this is the basic framework, and then you need to add or subtract. You can add and subtract very easily, but you need to understand the finance part of it. If you understand, adding and subtracting things are not so difficult. Okay, so this is how you learn how to prepare a basic financial model. Okay guys, and if you have any doubts, you can ask me anytime. In the final session, that is session 4, I'm gonna tell you that what is the practical application of this advanced financial modeling training program. Okay, because the whole idea of this training program is to give you some practical help, practical application, that you can talk to other guys and say that I know this financial modeling, And since I know this financial modeling, I can do these things. I can utilize this financial modeling knowledge to do all these things in your company. And then there is a chance that you get hired in that company. So, okay, guys, thank you very much. Take care of yourself.